Here's how I'm scoring the quarterback competition. I'm not counting 7-on-7s. Both quarterbacks were nearly flawless in 7-on-7. Both were great. It's not real football. There's no pass rush. I mean, 11-on-11 with no live contact isn't exactly real football either, but I'm saying no 7-on-7. I don't count that during training camp. I'm not counting it during minicamp. So just 11-on-11, 2 days. Trey Lance, and they had even amounts of reps with the first and second team. Okay? So it's fair. Trey Lance, 9 of 16, 9 completions out of 16 attempts, 1 drop, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Sam Darnold, 9 of 18 with 2 drops, no touchdowns, and 1 dropped interception that throw to Diamador Lenore that hit him in the chest. So that would mean Trey Lance essentially 10 of his 16 throws were on target, and Darnold 11 of his 18 throws were on target. I didn't tally up the yardage. I mean, it's a guess anyway. There isn't even tackling. So if I had to say who won the quarterback competition, it wasn't a knockout. It wasn't a TKO. In a split decision, I would give it to Trey Lance. I think he was a little bit more accurate. He had the nice long touchdown throw to Danny Gray at a bigger play. He did have an interception, but Sam Darnold had a dropped interception. The only difference is Kerry Hyder made an amazing snag and Diamador Lenore dropped a gimme. So both guys put the ball in harm's way once. Trey Lance had a long touchdown and Darnold didn't. And Lance was a little bit more accurate. But Darnold's just learning the offense. Darnold's in his first year here. Trey's in his third year here. So in that sense, you could argue that Darnold really held his own. And this minicamp was a win for him because Trey should have been expected to blow Darnold out of the water. There's some validity to that. I mean, Trey Lance shouldn't be going neck and neck with Sam Darnold because Sam Darnold isn't good. And he hasn't looked any better than he's looked the rest of his career in camp. Trey Lance, everyone says he looks better. I agree he looks better, but that's not good enough. That's not 9 of 16 with the drop and a touchdown and a pick. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit better than Darnold, but it's not going to get the 49ers to say, like, you know what, screw Brock Purdy. We're good with Trey. Now, I don't know what Brock Purdy would look like right now, but that's the situation the Niners are in. Trey Lance hasn't distanced himself enough from Sam Darnold to make the Niners think twice about making making Brock Purdy their starting quarterback. So in training camp, it'll be interesting to see if Trey Lance can put some distance between him and Darnold or if they're going to just go back and forth each day. It seems like both of them are a little scattershot. Both of them have a little issue with accuracy. Both of them have strong arms. Both of them move around pretty well. Sam Darnold, I think people think I'm like looking for things to nitpick him with. So let me be generous. What he does well, he steps up in the pocket consistently, which is I could see as something that would be appealing to the 49ers considering they felt Brock Purdy didn't step up in the pocket and that's why he got injured. Although it's really wild to blame a player for his victim blaming. But yeah, if you want a quarterback who stands tall in the pocket and steps up, Sam does that. He does it in practice. So does Trey. Don't know if Brock Purdy does. The other thing about Sam, though, is that he took 3 sacks. He holds the ball a long time, especially in the 11-on-11 stuff. In the 7-on-7, he gets the ball out of his hands quick. He's decisive. He looks great. 11-on-11, all of a sudden, holding the ball a long time. Pass rushers are running past him. You're not supposed to touch him. You're not supposed to tag him, but those are essentially sacks. You play on, but I don't know. I feel like we're seeing the same Sam Darnold guy who's a little inaccurate, holds the ball. Is he a playmaker? I don't know. Like his good plays and bad plays even out, and there's probably more bad plays than good plays. But what does that make Trey Lance a little bit better right now? He is 2 years younger, and we're talking 3.5 career starts compared to 60 career starts. So in that sense, if you're a Trey Lance fan, it's like, okay, well, he's a little bit better than a guy with 60 career starts, and he's younger than him, so maybe we should just stick with Trey Lance and stop worrying about Sam Darnold. Other thing about Sam Darnold today is he did leave some big plays on the field. Like there was one, I was standing, Danny Gray runs right past me. He's like, you know how wide receivers get when they're wide open and no one's covering them because it's a busted coverage. They start yelling and jumping and hooting and hollering. He was doing all of that, and Sam Darnold just, I don't know, didn't hear him, didn't see him. See no evil, speak no evil. He's fired this 3-yard pass at Chris Conley's ankles, and the pass got broken up. So, but again, Trey Lance wasn't obviously better than Sam Darnold, and that's a problem. But it's early, and that's a good thing. Like, I don't want to be too negative here. It's early. Trey Lance, I'm giving him the decision. A split decision over Sam Darnold in minicamp. It ultimately doesn't matter. It's essentially, it hasn't even started yet, this quarterback competition. It'll start in training camp. And whenever Brock Purdy comes back, if these two guys are just, middling, having decent days, then it's Brock Purdy's job by default, based off what he did in games. One of these two, it's not going to be Sam. I'm sorry. One of the reasons I think it's not going to be Sam, and it, is like, we only saw 2 of his practices and OTAs of the 6, but all of a sudden, all that hype that we were hearing about Sam Darnold before OTA started kind of died down. All this stuff like Sam's the greatest thrower in franchise history, and we stopped hearing Sam Darnold hype. Who do we start hearing hype about? Brandon Allen, the 3rd-string quarterback. Oh my God. Kyle Shanahan said he's extremely impressed with Brandon Allen. Kyle Shanahan's always extremely impressed with his 4th-string quarterback. Like, he's the new Nick Mullins on the team. So I thought that was funny. He speaks way too soon about Brandon Allen. And then today, Brandon Allen was 1 for 8. One of the worst practice performances I've ever seen from a professional quarterback. Like, Nate Sudfeld never had a day like that. CJ Beathard, Nick Mullins, none of these guys ever. Trey Lance, Sam Darnold, never going to have a day like 1 for 8. Just PBU, miss, awful. And that's Kyle Shanahan's favorite quarterback of the week. Quarterback du jour, flavor of the month. The Brandon Allen experience. I even saw that the play-by-play announcer for the team was saying that if Brandon Allen keeps it up, the Niners could trade Trey Lance. Well, he didn't. He didn't keep it up. So I think that tells you something about Darnold. All of a sudden, the people that are like the anyone but Lance people are talking about Brandon Allen. Well, that's over as of today. Now you got to go back to Sam Darnold. And again, 9 of 18, 2 drops, no touchdowns, 1 dropped pick. He didn't turn a corner. It's the same Sam Darnold. So what you got is the same Brandon Allen, the same Sam Darnold, and Trey Lance, who the Niners, are they invested in him? Or really, do the Niners just have Brock Purdy and that's it? It's just like, hopefully Brock Purdy comes back. If not, we'll just use it as an excuse and be like, our quarterback wasn't here. He was injured. I don't know. It just feels like this wasn't the result of the quarterback competition the Niners wanted. Doesn't have to be Trey Lance winning, but it needs to be someone winning definitively. Lance, Darnold, Allen, but no one. It was like a very narrow victory for Lance, where neither quarterback played lights out. Not great. That's why quarterback competitions don't necessarily help your team.